Hello. Oh, there we go. Can everybody hear me? Thank you. First of all, I want to say I am from the federal government, and I'm here to help. Global is big. In conclusion, there's really not that much more. I really want to say thank you, Tim, which I did a while ago, so just give me linking you to what we have, and then I guess really as a notion of that coming in from Washington the last minute like I did this morning. And I'm sorry I wasn't here, but I was somewhere else, and that is what we do in Washington. We don't, I do. But to begin with, I think you know better than anyone you know that a plan of any sort during both good as well as rocky economic times requires the combination of three essential ingredients. There were four Monday. All of this is due in part to a number of factors, obviously with that one exception that was ruled out from the very beginning. So why, you ask, did I bring it up? The third thing that I would like to say today, a penny saved is a penny earned. No. A penny saved is a government oversight. But I think that... Jesus. By the way, I've been listening to some of the comments and speeches and everything that's been going on, and I couldn't agree more. The fourth thing that I wanted to say, though, is that I like spam. I'm from Macon. Why not? But I think all of it, what we have, and then I guess really adds that to note, and let me wind down by saying that it is indeed a grace, what we have, and I guess in Washington, and I've been there for about 23 years, and I feel like that I've been able to learn, and what we have, and I guess really adds that to a notion in terms of communication. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Or as I've always said, nothing difficult is ever easy. Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm off the subject, let me say this. When I was a child, I had one wish, and that is that one day I would be somebody. Now I realize I should have been more specific. And lastly, let me just say this. We now all know, those of us who do, that light travels faster than sound. I think that's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. The very last thing that I want to say, because I'm on, what we have, and then I guess really adds that to a note of that, and that is this. Has it? Just testing. Of course, all of you, and you know who you are, have been shaped by change after change after change after change. But you've all emerged with a powerful new spirit, best captured in the phrase, now what? Of course, we in the federal government have remained unswervingly committed to the notion that has served us so well over the years, and that is this. Hard work never hurt anybody, but why take a chance? But again, in confusion, I'd like to leave you with a few universal truths that I've discovered to be, universally true. Number one, remember, if an excuse is good enough, it is called a reason. Also, it is not whether you win or lose, but how you place the blame. And here's what got me to where I am today, and that is this. Remember, you are never completely worthless. You can always serve as a bad example. And last, but certainly not last, remember, in order to cover up a hole, you got to dig a new one. But you all are to be congratulated, because I just completed doing a combined meeting with the House and the Senate, and they took notes and voted me Man of the Year. Thank you. Let's hear it. Come on. At least I was up front about it. Y'all, I've got just a few minutes. Oh, I don't have a clock, so I guess we got, what, 30? No. I think some of y'all know me because I know some of y'all have hired me, and you should know me. I'm not really Dr. Anderson Payne. My real name is Durwood Fincher. Trust me, I would not make that one up. And but Alan Funt dubbed me Mr. Double Talk in this, not this building, in the Waverly, probably 18, 20 years ago. We had a tryout there, and they had about 300 people from Candid Camera and IBM. We're going to team up. I went in and looked in this room. I mean, I was on the list, but I looked at that. I saw that Alan Funt was just reading the newspaper. He wasn't paying any attention. He'd been auditioning about 300 people. He was just brain dead. So I go in there and I have an idea. Now, up to that point, I'd just been a teacher. I taught school for 10 years. I taught speech. In Georgia, it worked. But I want to tell you what I did now. I got something to show you because we just have some fun. Alan Funt was sitting in the back of the room with his secretary. Nobody else in the room. They had a mic up here. I come in, I'm number 389 or whatever, and I go, Mr. Funt, may I ask you one thing, please, sir, before I get started? And he goes, yeah, and goes back to reading. And I said, sir, would it be possible for me to claim that you knew what we have, and I guess really adds that to a note? Alan Funt looks up from his reading, and I swear to y'all, he said, sure. I owe my unbridled success to a lot of things, but one, to an unsuspecting secretary, because at that moment in my life, at that time, she did this. That got Alan Funt's attention. He looks up at me. I'm sitting there just shaking because I'm thinking, I just punked, the word hadn't been invented back then, but I just punked Alan Funt. He's going to throw me out of this room on my head if he doesn't like it. So I had those two options. And he was sitting there weighing it out, and I'm telling y'all this is exactly what happened. He said, and the secretary, by the way, had a look like, he got you. So he goes, okay, I'm going to call you Mr. Double Talk. See the girl outside. Thanks. And y'all, that changed my life because when you had the blessings of IBM and Candid Camera back then, that's why I'm going 5.5 million miles with Delta. I live in Atlanta, but I'm rarely here. But I want you to see something before my time runs out. Watch the two screens. Bridgestone hired me, and y'all going to see these people. I mean, Freddie Couples and Lee Trevino. They had no idea. I had a Bridgestone thing, just like this one here, except Bridgestone. So they thought I was with Bridgestone. This is about 3 minutes. All of y'all have been talking about communication. Communication is important. I mean, that's the way we communicate. You may quote me on that. But watch two things that Alan Funt used to point out to us. Look at the expression on their faces and listen to what I'm not even saying. And knowing that they're getting paid $2 to $3 million for promoting Bridgestone, and they thought I was from Bridgestone. So just check it out. This is great. It gets better. Yeah, this is it. Watch the expression. Listen to what I'm not saying. Well, let's start, which is a great place to do at the beginning. And Lee Trevino, of course, you don't need an introduction. Let me just say this. I think I speak for a lot. Well, I don't, but I know some people who do. Has some look to that, you know, what we have, and I guess really has that to a nostrum over the years. Has it? You look at the being and that, you know, what we have in that, and I would imagine, I mean, I'm not there to this, but I would float to that too, right? Because, I mean, almost everybody says yes.
Exactly. You really don't have a choice.
Good deal. That's perfect. I was thinking, and then, you know, what we have in that too. And I mean, have you experienced days like that, Fred? Be honest.
I have to. I don't know. You know what? I couldn't understand what you were asking.
That's what I mean.
I have all kinds of days where I don't know what I'm doing. Yes.
I wanted to find out from you, then you know what we've seen, and I guess really with golf.
Try again.
Chuck, let me ask you then, you know what we have, and then I guess really has that to a nostrum. Have you heard that before? I know you've been out there for years, because I mean, and I guess really with some of the older golfers. But is that still true?
Oh, well, sure, it's true. Absolutely.
What would be, in your estimation, you know what we have, and then I guess really has it today?
I don't really know.
Looking back, and then I guess really has that to what we've seen so far. Has it? They've given me a lot of chances, and this is the last one. So, Nick, listen.
I'll try and help you, but you got to make sense.
Fred, I can still call you Fred, right?
Yes.
Willard, what then I guess might be something that we see in your own words, because obviously those were mine, associated with golf. Ooh, help. And I think about it, and I should have before I said it, but I don't know.
I'm sorry. I messed up.
Oh, yeah, something just to say yes.
Yes.
Good deal. All right, absolutely. What would be, and then, what we have, and then I guess really, no, but let me finish, Fred. Let me finish. I can do some good stuff, but I can't fight the big ones by myself. I am Durwood Fincher, Mr. Double Talk, and I've been making no sense. But I mean, are we together on that?
I'm sweating right now. I'm so embarrassed.
Are you kidding me? I was wondering if this is a joke or not. I was like, I can't understand a thing this guy's saying.
Well, I have a lot of friends of mine that talk like you do when they've drunk too much.
Cut. They were good people, good people. Thank y'all. God bless. I want to leave you with one thought, and that is this. The best doctor in the world, Dr. Seuss, and I used it this past week. It is a philosophy of life that nobody's left out. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. God bless most of you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great year.